Just dance,
just dance,
dance for me.
just dance,
just dance,
Dance for me. Dance,
just dance.
just dance.
Says on the shoes there's a primary and secondary shoe. It's supposed to be short shoe front, long shoe rear. Someone put short shoe rear, long shoe front. It's going to cause a grabbing and a pulling, and the car's going to twist around a little bit. So they did everything else right, but they got the shoes on wrong on this wheel. The other wheels are okay. This piece of hose came off the gas tank. It was a new gas tank. It's a multi-purpose gas tank. It means it could be for fuel injection or carburetor. So it's got a couple outlets up top there, and somebody put a piece of hose on there, but they should have put a newer piece of hose on. See, a piece of fitting comes out of here, and you need to put a clamp on here and put something in the end and plug it. But it was all split, so gas is going to keep spilling out of here, and the exhaust is about this far away. So if you don't put a new piece on, make sure it's clamped properly, you're going to have gas line on hot exhaust, and that's not a good idea.
Just dance,
This car didn't have, originally had a point style ignition instead of an HEI. Point style ignition only has 9.5 volts going to it. HEI needs 12 volts. So the common thing most people do is they take the point style power wire and they have two of them joined together, just because that's the way it was in the points, and they shove it into the battery power on the distributor, and it's only 9.5 volts. It'll run, but it won't run well. You won't get enough spark. And they also had just from that wire there running over to the electric choke. The electric choke wasn't coming off all the way either. It wasn't getting enough power. So I ran proper power from key on ignition side in the fuse box through the firewall and into the coil on the distributor here. And then there was another wire here with 12 volts on it on key on power. So I ran that over to the choke, and now we have proper power. Now this car should run a lot better.
just dance.
This car came in for a cooling system leak, pressure tested it, and found out it's got a leaky radiator around the seam. So the radiator had to be replaced, couldn't fix it anymore. So we got a radiator in it and we pressure checked to see how everything is. We found that we had a frost plug leaking. Frost plug, you can see, there's a gap in there. That's where the frost plug was leaking water out. And we found a couple of them, one behind the power steering and one underneath the motor mount on the passenger side. We had to take the motor mount off of the motor itself, undo all the bolts, raise the motor up with a jack, take the motor mounting bracket off, then we'd be able to get in there with a bar and a hammer, turn the frost plug sideways, and then pull it out, and then be able to put another one in and keep that piece off to the side, the motor mounting bracket, get up there with another bar and a socket on the end and tap the thing in the best you can. It wasn't easy to get at, that's for sure. The easiest way to get at them is actually pull the motor out. You can get at most of them that pull the motor out, but some of them are pretty hard. This one wasn't exactly the easiest, that's for sure, but we managed to get it.